Guys, welcome back to my class. So we have a question here. I want to solve a question from row reduction method. Now, to solve a question here, because the topic is from matrices and determinants. So to solve this question, all we need to do is to figure out our target. What is our target? Our target of this question is this: we must have an identity matrix, then with our values of the two variables, because our target here is to find what x and y. So this is representing our x and this is representing our y. So this is an identity matrix. Now let us begin to solve the question. The first one we have here is to interpret our question this way. You have 2, we have 4, you have 3, then we have 7, and you do a line, 5, then 11. So now let us begin. Now the first thing you have to do here is to say, because we have this here and we have 2, so what do? We make these two what? 1. And how do we make the 2 1? We divide by what? By 2. And you have to consider something. This is our row 1 and this is our row 2. So this is what you say. You say let's divide all row 1 by what? By 2. That means you have row 1 divided by 2. We give you your real row 1. So once you do that, you have this. So you have 2 divided by 2, that is 1. 3 divided by 2, you have 3 over 2. 5 divided by 2, you have 5 over 2. Then nothing happens to your row 2. You write your row 2. So the next thing you do now is to make this 4 here 0. Why? Because here you have 0 under the identity matrix, so you make this 4. Now, how can we make the 4 0? You subtract 4. And how do we subtract 4 here? This is what you write. Then now multiply minus 4 by what? By row 1. Then you add it to row 2. That will give you your real row 2. That means you have it this way. Nothing happens to your row 1. You write your row 1. That means all row 1, you multiply them by minus 4, add it to row 2. That is minus 4 times 1. Minus 4 times 1, that is minus 4 plus 4. That gives you 0. Then for this, you have minus 4 times 3 over 2. That is minus 12 over 2, which is minus 6. Now minus 6 plus 7, that is 1. Then minus 4 times 5 over 2. Minus 4 times 5 over 2, that gives us minus 10. And minus 10 plus 11, that gives us 1. So you write it this way. Now you have this already. So now our next target is to make this 1, and by the time you trace it back to the source, you have 1 there. So we don't need to do anything to this. All we need to do is to what? Is to change this here to what? To 0. So what do? You subtract this by what? By 3 over 2. That means you multiply all row 2 by what? By 3 over 2. Add it to row 1. That will give us our real row 1. So now let us begin that. We have nothing will happen to your row 2. So you write your row 2 out. You have this. Now, so here you have minus 3 over 2. That is minus 3 over 2 row 2. That is minus 2 over 2 times 0. That is 0 plus 1. That gives us 1. Now minus 2 over 2 times 1. That is minus 3 over 2 plus 3 over 2. That gives us 0. So minus 2 over 2 times 1. That gives us minus 3 over 2. Now minus 3 over 2 plus 5 over 2. Minus 3 over 2 plus 5 over 2. That gives us 1. Minus 2 over 2 plus 5 over 2 gives us 1. So now, therefore, take a look at this. You have our 1001. What do you have here? 1001. That's our identity matrix. Hash 1, then hash 2. This is representing our hash 1. This is representing our hash 2.